Coming off a high note from Dominica and having thoroughly enjoyed our other French island Martinique, we had high expectations for Guadeloupe. We looked forward to plentiful provisioning and delicious restaurants, the laissez-faire attitude of the French, and exploring the island's parks and preserves. I was hoping this would be the stop that would surpass all others so far and bring the family close together, but we faced challenges as our stay ended up being way too long.
We're in Guadeloupe. It was a very bad sail. The whole trip up from Dominica, it was a washing machine. I think the waves were all against each other. It was all crazy. So it was nice to get off the boat, have a nice dinner to celebrate arriving in Guadeloupe. Right, Sierra?
Yeah.
The first few days in a new place are always great. Navigating to the port of entry, setting foot on foreign docks, enjoying a celebratory onshore meal. We discovered that the marina at Point-a-Pitre was ridiculously cheap.
It's like we're heading into the marina.
It's going to be interesting. We've never backed in before. I think it'll be fine. But in any case, we have all the preparations made as much as we can.
But to enjoy this oasis of convenience was not a matter of just pulling up alongside, as we've routinely done before.
We don't exactly know which way we're going to be throwing these stern lines and who's going to be catching them and in which direction. So we're just going to have them all ready and set to go.
Fenders all along the side. And these I can move back and forth if I need to, depending on when we come in.
We've inflated our big red ball, so all fenders are ready.
All right, so this is my bow line. Here, get it ready to throw. Go on the inside or the outside of that.
It'll be like a mooring ball, so assume it's a mooring ball until something changes.
Does this go underneath the furler?
I think it's on top, but I don't remember. So taking the bowsprit off, this is kind of typical for what we do. The bobstay is sometimes catching, or maybe you need a couple extra feet out at the bow. Got all the helm covers open and took off the side panel as well. That way I can hear people shouting at me if needed.
Without any scratches, we successfully stern anchored for the first time into a really tight space.
Well, coming in, I was nervous about that one, Shannon.
Always nervous coming into marinas. We're sandwiched right in the middle of two boats, and we've shimmied in unscathed, and went really well. It should be easy to get out.
Yeah, there we go. Another notch in the belt. We've done this mooring now, and we know how to do it. Hopefully we don't have to leave tomorrow, because we didn't tell how long we're staying. Or I should say, what they never asked. We're due for our 200-hour generator oil change, filter change, etc. Talking to a couple of owners, a lot of people have recommended actually just prophylactically changing the impeller, as apparently the Northern Lights impellers don't last all that long.
Another day, another boat project. Happy Seas' maintenance and repair list was piling up and following me around like an ominous storm cloud in the distance. Yes, it gets very tiresome, wondering what's going to break next, where to get supplies, and figuring out a fix. For every new boat owner, I think, there's a point where you just come to terms that you will never have everything in perfect working order. Not even on day one when we took the keys to our new boat did we not have some punch list. Even after spending the summer in a yard for repairs, we still had to-dos upon splashing. I struggled with this for a year and a half, but finally, I think I'm close to finding my zen between boat projects and cruising enjoyment. Did I try setting aside specific days of the week for work so it doesn't become all-consuming? Did I reframe these projects as hands-on challenges for personal growth and inner fulfillment? Well, maybe, but mostly I've conceded by just taking it when it comes. What else can you do out here?
Okay, Shannon, check this out.
Oh my God. That's like one start away from disaster.
One more start away from completely flying apart and days of repair. Several boat bucks worth of fixing.
Like, look at that. How did that not already happen?
Aren't you glad I changed it?
Yeah.
You may remember that I actually have 2 sailboats, and not to be left out, Tootsie's has her own list of issues. We managed to knock one off the list at the marina, an enlarged fender track that needed to be melted and tightened up. In this case, the fix was not difficult, but figuring out where I could do this gnawed at me for the last few months. I needed access to power and a stable platform. It turned out this stern-to dock was perfect. Okay, off for a mommy and daddy walk to the bakery.
Here we go.
Okay?
You guys stay here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, no going off the boat. Stay right here. Okay, unless there's a fire, then get off the boat. There's not going to be a fire, but yeah, they get on the dock or you jump in the water. You'll be.
We're out to get some bakery this morning. No kids. Yeah, it's nice to get out in a marina every now and then. These last couple of weeks, I was like, oh man, I gotta get off the boat. A little bit tiring to dinghy back and forth to the boat. You get all salty, have to get the anchor light on, make sure you have the lights, and then you're not sure what the weather is. It could be raining when you go across the channel, it could be wavy. And then, so
Lots of variables.
it's just a lot of work. But here you're docked and just walk off the back. You're already in town.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
There's like unlimited power, unlimited water here. This is actually a really good marina for that.
Yeah, except the bathrooms aren't very nice.
Yeah, the bathrooms are,
Kind of far away.
yeah, not very clean, not stocked. Aside from that, everyone's been really nice here.
We never expected to come here, really, except we have guests coming in. So
Yeah.
Mom and Dad are coming in tomorrow.
Well, the other thing about this marina is it's right at the center of all these really great restaurants.
Yeah, this is a great location.
A lot of stores, chandleries, boat supplies. How's the look, Sharon?
It's warm still.
Oh, fresh. Ooh.
So good.
I think being at a marina is nice for a day like this. It's kind of rainy,
Yeah.
so you can get off the boat as well. Otherwise,
Otherwise, you're stuck on the boat,
yeah.
just hanging out.
But if it's rainy, it's
Which is
good for
fun.
boat cleaning,
Yeah.
which we were going to do today anyways. Or I was outside.
Yes.
And yeah, it's good. Would be good to get the soap out with Piggy. She likes cleaning.
Yes, she does.
Grandma and Papa arrived. The kids were ecstatic. It was great welcoming our first visitors of the season to Happy Seas and being able to share this sailing experience firsthand. Every time someone visits, it's like Christmas, bringing in supplies and treats that we can't get in the islands. That one's for me. We eased our guests in by hanging out at the marina, eating at some great restaurants, and tricking them into scrubbing the decks before taking off on a roughish sail to a group of islands called Les Saintes. They did great.
Jesus, Edward. These are just one way back.
Yep.
Hey, girl. Look at that, 11.1 knots. How's it going? Rough?
Little, yeah, rolling side to side again. Makes me feel sick.
We're almost there, okay?
Hey, Julie, you're driving a little crooked.
Good one.
We made it. How was the first sail, Doug?
Oh, it was pretty good. I was a little bit worried about that one boat passing us, but you set the sails and away we went.
Really?
Really good. I mean, it was okay, but I was nauseous, so it was pretty rolly.
The waves were big on the side, but we went really fast. That was probably one of our fastest sails. Now we're here, Les Saintes, and this place is really rolly, as you can see. Everyone had told us that the Saints were beautiful, like how a Caribbean town might look if imagined by Disney. I had seen the idealized photos from friends and the internet, but the day after we arrived, I caught a cold and ended up spending most of the time in bed for the next several days. Terre de Haute turned out to be the rolliest anchorage we've ever experienced. Even on a catamaran, we were tossed from side to side, comparable to some of our offshore passages. With the rainy weather, we ended up spending a bunch of time on Happy Seas. The flip side was we got a lot of quality time in with the grandparents, which was actually just what we needed.
Water's beautiful, Edward.
Cheers!
Our stay in Guadeloupe was bookended by visiting guests, so we had several weeks to explore the country. Would that be way too much time, or would we want more? We haven't been doing much recording, or at least I haven't. I've actually been sick the last 5 days and have been stuck in bed, but I'm starting to feel a bit better.
jump off over there because it's bathtub warm over there.
Oh, really?
Moving north up Guadeloupe's west coast, we hit some highlights like Bouillant, where we soaked with other bathers in geothermal heated waters.
What? It's just a hot tub.
It is hot. It is hot and stinky.
The water here is so hot where it meets the sea that you need to get out far enough not to be burned. Now, is that itchy skin from the water?
Sierra, come check this out.
Go!
Surrounding Pigeon Island is the Jacques Cousteau Marine Reserve. The French explorer found incredible beauty in this bay, filmed one of his documentaries here, and pushed for its protection as a marine park. While I really wanted to love this stop, it saddens me to give this reserve a lackluster review. In fact, most of our Caribbean snorkeling so far has been disappointingly mediocre. Is it because Shannon and I are chasing the highs that we had snorkeling French Polynesia and the Seychelles over a decade ago? Are the wonders that amazed Cousteau gone now, in this time of overfishing, warming, and acidification? I want to share the beauty of the seas that I've experienced, but think sadly that this might be the best our children will ever get to see. Happy Seas' final stop would be Deshaies, a busy anchorage off a cute 2-street coastal village. Several nice restaurants open at 7 p.m. for dinner, as is usual in the French islands, and often if we didn't make reservations ahead of time, we couldn't get a table. Deshaies also had the second best bakery we've found after the one in St. Anne, Martinique. And now thinking back, I should have just spent all my money at these places. The pastries are to die for.
Delicious.
Restlessness and tight quarters chipped away at crew morale. In addition to rainy weather, the swell from a beam we experienced this entire time in Guadeloupe worsened because of some rare westerlies occurring up north. The side-to-side rocking at the anchorage was so intense we had to get off the boat while Happy Seas bucked stuff off tables and countertops that never moved even during our roughest sails. We booked several nights at a resort to recharge, which was welcome relief off the boat.
How's the beach?
Nice. It's very rough today. There's like waves barreling over there.
The famous Carnivale celebrations were also winding down at this time, with highly touted parades lasting hours and hours. But as we came to learn after pursuing 3 such spectacles, individual troops would pass by once every 30 to 40 minutes rather than, all at once.
It's an all-day thing.
This one is from 2 p.m. all the way to midnight. In North America, it's much more efficient.
Yes.
You got to get on with your day. Here, I think you just
Hang out.
till midnight.
This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down.
The best parts of Guadeloupe, I think, are its natural landmarks. While out on the windward side of the island, we visited Pointe de Chateaux, where I felt small confronting the majestic forces of nature.
Please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy.
Hey, VIP Lounge. We've been here, actually Happy Seas has been in Deshaies for about 2 weeks. We're here waiting for some friends. They're coming tomorrow, so that's going to be pretty exciting. We've actually gotten off the boat for several days. We spent some time at a resort just up north, as well as all the way at the east of Guadeloupe. So now being back on Happy Seas, it actually feels pretty good to be back at home, not living out of a suitcase. It's actually a very beautiful evening, and it reminds me how nice it is to be on the boat and on the water. Hi Everett.
Hi.
How do you like being back on Happy Seas?
Good.
It's nice to be back. Or do you like the resorts more?
Resorts more.
What did you like about it?
They're not as rocky.
Tonight seems to be pretty good.
Yeah.
No rocking. Looks like a pretty calm evening tonight, and the winds are back from the east now, the trade winds. Perfect temperature. We finished cleaning the boat, scrubbed the bottom. Got a lot of jellyfish stings.
You did?
I think so. Those red spots. My neck's all itchy. But now we should be good, and we should go really fast.
I didn't get any jellyfish today.
Oh, lucky you.
On the inside of our porthole,
Yep.
there's no bottom painting, it's just algae.
All algae? Did you wipe it off?
I wiped it off.
Very good. All right, let's enjoy the sunset, okay?
Fine.
If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Cold skin, drag my feet on the tile as I'm walking down the corridor. And I know we
On the opposite end of Guadeloupe is Mountain National Park. The Botanical Gardens made for a nice visit, and the zoo was a big hit.
How did cat
Cute the
I couldn't convince the family to tackle the summit of the volcano, but we did manage to visit some walking trails. I wish we could have had more than just a taste of the park and its numerous hikes and waterfalls, but the wet weather made for slick and muddy trails and too cold for swims. Well, there's always next time around. Or not. I got a phone call from work that evening. The person we had planned to provide coverage for my extended third season leave wasn't able to do it. Abruptly, all of our plans and all that time we thought we had condensed into a mere handful of months before summer. And as the days idled by while we awaited our friends, they became more and more precious. At first, because Shannon and I were having more fights, the kids melting down, the growing list of boat issues, and being stuck in a country with exhausting side swells, I considered that it might not be that bad packing it in and returning early. But now that that reality confronts me, I wish it could be otherwise. It was very sad to ask how we could make the most of what time we had left. But I suppose what makes our choices and experiences worthwhile is exactly that scarcity of time, and how we cannot do it all. We have been so fortunate already to be off traveling, sailing, and seeing all that we've had, to grow as a family through highs and lows, with happy seas as our home. Maybe, in accepting this, everything will be alright.
If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.
What are you preparing to do?
So we just spent 4 nights at a hotel off the boat, and we didn't have a good place to put our dinghy, so we ended up putting it back on the boat over there. And on the way here, I had to swim over so we can get over to the hotel. Now, in order to retrieve the dinghy, I got to swim out and go grab it and then pick up the family.
Where did you got to swim out to?
Those happy seas.
Happy Seas right there. There she is.
No one out there to give me a ride.
No. Getting ready.
Okay, I'll see you later. Wish me luck.
Off he goes.